I got Psych Dish stuck in my head.
Well, it could be worse.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I just don't know where that song came from, and I haven't listened to it in a while. So I'm surprised. Let me just help myself here.
You put your scissors where they belong, so later you're not like, where's my scissors? I can't find where the scissors are.
I haven't seen my scissors in a while.
I know, so we'll put them where they belong. Hello, peoples.
Howdy, everybody. So these are the games that are on tomorrow. So I've got the board up that's tomorrow's game.
Is that before everybody starts asking what the board's for?
No, they're still going to ask.
True.
Because I have to do the preview tonight because we've got a game first thing in the morning again tomorrow because Martin Luther King Day.
We did have to look that up. It's a holiday. What American holiday is it? No, he wasn't waiting for me. I was waiting for him. I was here.
Hey, I had to do
watching the chat.
I did my treadmill. I just finished it like 10 minutes ago. That's why I've got the fan on because I'm still kind of gross. And I had to have a shower right after because I'm not going to stand here while I'm still sweating.
Which makes it really cold in here.
Gross. Not for me.
Just
for me,
saying,
it's nice.
Really cold. My hands are freezing.
I got you mittens.
Congrats on 175,000 subs.
Thank you very much. It's amazing how much faster
it's going. It's a lot of
going.
people that listen to Shannon just.
It's amazing how much faster the subscriber counts go up when there's actual hockey. What?
It's true.
What? What is your problem? What
hey,
is your deal?
Shannon, are you happy JT Miller is back?
Yes. Although I still think they would have lost to Calgary last night even if they had Miller in the lineup. They just... Markstrom wasn't allowing anything. What? 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 See what I mean? This is what I get all day. She'll do this, and then she'll give up, and she'll go lay down. You should have
more than Steve Dangle.
I do have more than Steve.
He passed Steve Dangle quite a while ago. Oh, my goodness, Cat. Bear. What's your problem?
I don't know, but she's telling everybody where her problem is.
What's the matter? Really? You have food.
Okay, now she's leaving the room to show you she doesn't have food.
You do have food. I know you have food. You do. You should go look. There is food in the kitchen.
She's pretty sure she doesn't, aren't you? Okay,
you're not starved.
Come here.
Oh my goodness.
Come here.
Poor cat.
Come on. All right, I got all the start
Our
times.
cats are super neglected.
Come here.
Clearly. Yes, those are tomorrow's games.
Nice.
That is Bear meowing a ton. That fan is so bloody cold.
Not if you've been running. I did 4 miles, so my body's still cooling down. Which it doesn't help when I have to carry a cat.
Kaprizov is for reals.
What do you think of Kaprizov so far?
Awesome. Yes, that's so cool.
I'm
just gonna stand over here. See if I can still read.
Back.
No, don't move it closer.
It's fine because I'm kicking it so that it's directing it towards me.
All the air around.
It's directing towards me.
Don't move it closer to me.
Who's a whiny baby now?
Not that I ever say that.
Oh, never. Never. I can always turn this so it is facing you so you feel the difference.
No, Burr, let's go. Congrats on 175,000 subscribers.
Thank you,
that's the tone of voice I envision that.
Thank you.
In, right?
Bear's excited too. Can't you see her excitement?
She looks so mad. Doesn't she look angry?
This is what she bugs for them.
Oh, there's Pixel.
She bugs until I pick her up, which is what drives Pixel completely crazy.
What are we doing in here?
You see Pixels in our room?
Now, thoughts on Kaprizov. He's great. That was so fun. That was really fun.
So he gets the game-winning goal in the first game in overtime.
I was so happy about.
And now he got the game-winning assist.
That first game, so we watch on separate TVs. I don't watch games with Shannon.
I applauded when they scored that goal.
Yes, he did. And
I didn't even cheer for Minnesota, but that was nice.
No, I was in the bedroom for that game. I love how the teams, like, you can see how just genuinely excited they are for them, and that was really fun. Like that one.
What's she doing? What's she doing down there?
Why is she in here?
She's watching Pixel. She generally puts Pixel out of here. She doesn't let Pixel come in the room.
No. And Pixel likes to follow me around. Don't you?
She's getting into trouble.
And since I'm in here, she's like, okay, it's safe. I
Do
can
not
come in
knock
here
that board
too.
over.
Thoughts on Hoglander so far?
Hoglander's been good, but with Miller back in the lineup, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the healthy scratch and they put him on the taxi squad. I don't know how 100% ready he is yet. So through 3 games, I think he's been good. I think it would be best to put Miller in the lineup, have Hoglander on the taxi squad, learning a little bit more of the North American game. That's what I would do.
You guys forgot to light the fire today. Poor kitty is cold. That's probably why it's so cold in here.
No, there,
Didn't turn on the fire.
I turned the fan off.
That's why it's so cold.
So you'd stop whining.
It is really cold.
Whiny Winerton. Sorry, Pixel. There. Oh, she wants to get in the box. That's what she's on about.
There we go. Yep. One of the flaps is down, though. It makes it harder to get in the box.
Well, then she should lose some weight.
In my box.
She fits better if she just...
That's not how that works.
And
how many cats do we have? Way too many.
Too many cats.
Too many cats. We have 4. We have the kitty Instagram. That there's all the pictures of the kitties.
THG_cats on Instagram.
Yeah, we have 4. What do you think of the Red Wings rebuild right now? Are they going to be competitive, or was last night a fluke?
This year is not going to be. I don't think this year is going to be as bad as last year. They're still not a playoff team, but next year is when I think they're going to start getting a lot better, because that's when you can get Raymond and Sider into the lineup.
Did I miss a super chat?
What did you miss?
I don't know.
Why did you do that? What's the problem, Pixel?
No, I got his. I said it in a tone of voice to make it sound really excited.
Yeah, you did. 175,000. That just seems like a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Again, listening to Shannon's jabber all day
Jibber jabber.
long. All day.
A lot of jibber jabber.
I read that one. Yeah, I think I got everybody.
Did you get them all?
Yeah.
That's why I keep you around.
I got. Oh, she's in her box.
She got in the box. I had to open that flap so she could get
Am I
in
excited for the next season of Canadian Bake Off? Yes, it starts on Valentine's Day. I am very excited. And I follow them on Instagram. And so they've been introducing all the bakers. And that's really fun. So, yes, I am excited because I'm a dork like that.
See, in the last season, I ended up following Megan. And because I followed Megan, you got a nice ring out of it.
That's true. Get it over with already and just trade PLD for Line. No.
Nope. And apparently Columbus is in no rush to trade him. Brian Burke talked about that last night too, and how if it's a rush job, you're probably not going to get back what you want. Look at the Joe Sakic trade out of Colorado. That trade took forever. It got really awkward. It took forever. But in the end, Sakic came out of it with great value. Kekalainen, likely to do the same thing.
Do we watch the UK Bake Off? I sure do. My kids prefer the Canadian one better.
I prefer the Canadian one too. Dan Levy had a lot to do with that though in the early season.
He's fun.
He's hilarious.
But yeah, I do watch the British Bake Off. That one's a fun show. All
right, so there. Now I'm all ready for the next game. See, so you excited?
Have we thought about using Hill's cat food? Pixel could lose some weight.
But the other cats aren't.
So I've tried this healthy kitty weight loss food.
Cats have to be willing to eat it.
They don't. No. And having four cats.
Lily Bell.
I tried doing
Lily Bell just said no.
Really,
and she
of all the
refused
cats
to
that
eat
need
it.
to lose weight, it'd be Lily Bell.
And she
not
refuses.
Pixel. And so I would have the kitty weight loss food upstairs because Bear and Shadow don't really go up there. And so it's like, okay, we'll put it up there. So no, she just went downstairs to eat the other food.
Yeah. Lily Bell would just come down and steal the food from Shadow
that
and Bear.
Food just lasted forever. So then I was like, well,
Shadow was the only one eating
on the stairs more. Yeah.
And Shadow would only eat it because he thought he was stealing it from Lily Bell.
Right.
That was the only reason he was eating it. He didn't really like it. He just thought, I'm taking her food. This is going to make her so angry because that's what
I've tried the other cat food.
Yeah.
They don't care. So we just do the cat food that they will eat. And And they don't eat that much.
No.
But when they got fixed, both of the girls, so they're in the same litter. Once they got fixed, they both gained their weight. And since then, they've stayed the same weight. So I think it's a hormonal thing.
Yeah.
Just one of those things. Before that, they were both tiny.
I would say Barry eats the most
fixed,
of any cat in the house.
Oh my gosh. She by far eats the most. And she makes sure nobody else gets to eat until she has decided that she is done.
And then I put Shadow at
so
second.
Funny. She will take the bowl, like use her paw. Like, nope, this is my food. I will let you know.
When I open a can of wet food and her and Shadow are eating, she'll actually take her paw and pull it away from them.
Yep. And Pixel and Lilybell don't eat that.
No.
So
Pixel will taste it, but she's not
tiny
a big fan.
No, just they say this is really good, so should at least have some.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Petey? Invisible so far.
Every star player goes through these periods of time. He'll be fine. He's got the talent to come through it. One thing I was worried about with the Canadian division was, are the Canucks strong enough to play through the Canadian division? And so far, 3 games in, it's been a mixed bag.
What would you do about Leafs goaltending going forward?
I think it's their defense more than their goaltending. I talked about that on Twitter the other night. I mean, I know Anderson hasn't been great. I'm not going to pretend he has. But having a defense that's completely just standing around in front of him really doesn't help. When you could play Sweet Georgia Brown while the Ottawa Senators are passing the puck like the Globetrotters, and then they put it in the net, and you've got 5 white sweaters all in front of the net, in between the Senators and the goal, and they're not doing anything to box them out. That's problematic. So for the Leafs, I think it's still the blue line that's the issue. I think that's still where the problem is. And for Freddie Anderson, I would figure out whether I was going to sign him or trade him sooner in the season rather than later, because you don't want to lose him for nothing after the season's done. So sit down. If you can't work out a contract, trade him before the deadline.
Dave's trying to stir up trouble. In celebration of this milestone, please explain the true meaning of the War of 1812 in French and how that led to the potato as currency.
Ah, mais oui.
And now all the new subscribers are just...
Parce que elles ont de la 1812 est que potato de...
They're not even called potato
Françoise de la Tabernac. Est-ce que vous êtes... ils ont
that wasn't even a sentence.
Et la chat de la neige en la voiture.
The cat of the snow. Okay, anyways.
You miss out the voiture, though.
Yeah,
that's what makes it all really, it ties it together nicely. 1812.
Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, thoughts on Pierre-Luc Dubois for Drouin at first round pick and Norlander?
I can't see Columbus doing that. Columbus, if they're going to trade Dubois, they need to get somebody back who's going to help them immediately. I don't know that Drouin's going to be that. And the first round pick in this year, because there's so little scouting that's going to get done compared to a regular year, I think the value of those first round picks is going to drop. Unless it's a 2022 first round pick. But again, I can't see it being something like that. I think it's going to have to be a more even up deal. They may want a center back in return. That's why the ask from Montreal apparently has been Suzuki and other pieces.
All the people on here that speak French.
Okay. Oui, tu as raison.
Okay. Congratulations. I've been subbed since 2017. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
The Canadians' performance sure shows how important goaltending is to hockey.
Oh man, Carey Price raises his game when he needs to.
Where does Dave live so we can send a lynch mob over there? I know where Dave lives.
Oui. 2 hours on.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I don't skip super chats because
no Delamis. No Delamis of la. Chat's still a super.
Chat's a super. Twerk. Oh my goodness. Congratulations on 175,000 subs. Are Farabee, Nolan Patrick, Oscar Lindblom key components to the Flyers' success? And are you worried not having Ghost?
Goss to spare. I don't know if he's going to be a part of the long-term future anyways. Love Farabee. If Patrick can be healthy, he's honestly an ace in the hole for them. And Lindblom coming through cancer and just the emotional boost he'll give the team. Philly's pretty well set for the future. They're pretty set for when Giroux and Voracek move on. Thoughts
on the Habs going forward in the North Division?
If they can play like they did last night against Edmonton, and they play Edmonton again tomorrow, they have an excellent chance. Again, this is going to be a completely different kind of season where you only have to worry about 6 teams or 7 teams. In Canada, you only have to worry about 6 other teams.
And challenging everyone to donate $1 to thank Shannon for the quality content through the extended off season. Definitely not necessary.
No,
it's very appreciated. When the whole apocalypse started, it was one of the things that we decided was to do a lot
10
of
months.
Yeah, that was forever. Was to do a lot of live streams because the apocalypse was kind of crap. Well, still is. It's crappy. It was super crappy in the beginning.
I got hockey to watch now to get one.
And so we were getting a lot of emails from people about how it was super stressful and it was really hard and they appreciated the videos. So we thought that maybe doing live streams, it was a way that people could feel like they were having some kind of social interaction with other people. I know we aren't getting any besides each other, of course. And some people don't.
We aren't getting any.
No, I was talking about social interaction.
Well, I am old, so.
Okay, we're not starting that crap. Thank you. I get to read the comment section.
Sorry.
And
yes,
so it was
lady.
just our way of helping people get some social interaction with others and not feel so alone or depressed
True.
about the super crappy situation that everybody's in. So, yeah. That's some beautiful Seals merch. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought I'd wear Seals. I haven't worn Seals in forever. Been a long time. Because I've got all the Adidas in this rack now, so I basically just grabbed the Adidas rack.
Right. The Vegas jerseys were terrible.
I didn't think so. Apparently, Bill Foley wants to make those the regular jerseys too, which we could have.
They are not terrible. They're awesome. They're super uncomfortable.
They want to retire the gray jersey and just use the gold.
They're awesome, and I'm excited for when they'll actually be able to have people in the stands. I think that will look really fun.
Lot of gold, and
they will go with the ridiculously gold sequins jackets and the tops that people wear. It's very Vegas, and I think it's really fun.
When things open up and we're able to go back to Vegas, it'll be the gold jersey I wear the next time I go to a Vegas game, unless it's a Vegas game against Vancouver, Boston, or Dallas, and then all bets are off.
Could you please explain what the trapezoid is for?
The trapezoid basically is to prevent goalies from coming out and being the third defenseman. It's the Marty Turco, Marty Brodeur, basically keep them out of the corner so that it's not just dump it in, dump it out, dump it in, dump it out. It's supposed to create more play along the boards. I think now that we have basically no touch icing, I think you could do away with it. I really do. I think that it was an interesting idea when it came in, but I think you could get away from it. I don't think that it matters. In fact, some goaltenders coming out to play the puck have created goals this year. So you might want to encourage them to come out a little bit more. There are some who think they're really good at handling the puck, and they're really not.
No, get back in your net.
What are you doing? Yeah. Get out of there. Tuca, get back in the net. How many times have you heard me yell at the TV? Tuca.
A lot, yeah. It was a funny dog sticker.
Or cat.
Oh, it could be cat.
I think it's cat.
Oh, see, I guessed a dog. Okay.
No, you're wrong.
Is there a difference in Adidas Extra Large from the Reebok Extra Large?
Adidas are slimmer.
And they're longer.
Yes. Yeah, the Reebok are definitely wider.
And the sizes for the Adidas, as they get larger, they get longer and longer and longer.
They get ridiculously long.
Yes, they don't get a lot wider, but they sure get a lot longer.
I've seen posts for people saying the first time they bought an Adidas and they feel like they're wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
The length.
Yeah, they're like dresses.
Yeah.
So I joke about I have a couple of Adidas now, and they're so long. If I just had a belt on it, it'd be a hockey dress.
There you go.
Blues fan here after Friday night. Is there anything you can tell me that would make me feel better, even though it was just one game? It's worrying.
The next 2 games they play are against San Jose. That should help them get it together. San Jose last night, that was an ugly performance. If they're not better tomorrow night, St. Louis will basically eat their lunch.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Party face. What are your thoughts? Do you think Buffalo Bills could beat the Chiefs when the Chiefs win?
Boy, the Chiefs look good today. Even when plays go against them, they end up, recovering and playing really well. I don't know that the Bills can beat the Chiefs, but I'm glad the Bills are relevant again. I'm glad the Bills are in the AFC Championship game. So even if Kansas City beats them, say 35-21, they've already won. They've already done far more this year than was expected. They were expected to maybe be a playoff team, but this has been great.
Atticus says he wants to make a donation, but it has to be made in graham crackers.
We accept graham crackers.
Graham crackers are great. Crackers. Hi, Atticus.
Hello, Atticus.
We haven't said hi to Atticus in a few live streams.
No, I know. I've even been saying it to the cats, and it's just not the same. They just look at me all strange.
If Bergevin trades Suzuki, I'm becoming a Bruins fan. Is it the first? It is the first since almost. Right. No, I know that part. I'm just trying to make it into a sentence.
Young, exciting, talented rookie.
It is the first since almost Guy Lafreniere.
Lafleur.
Yeah. That we have a very exciting and talented rookie in Montreal. So please, no, Bergevin.
Yeah, they better not trade Suzuki. He's my favorite Montreal Canadian in a long, long time. He's special.
I'm not, because I'm not just reading the one word. I'm trying to read other words, and it doesn't work.
If the Browns win, you win $100. What do you lose when they don't win? Because they're not. Last I saw was 17-3 or some 16-3, and yeah, it wasn't exactly going the way of the Browns. I can't put the game on because it's 22-17 now in favor of Kansas City. But Cleveland's got it on their own 30, and it's 3rd and 11. So, yeah, Kansas City's going to beat them.
From a relative newbie, what is the purpose of the guy in the suit with the clipboard who sits in the penalty box?
That's like a timekeeper, I think.
I thought they just kept track of.
He keeps track of who's in there and when they get out.
And they can tell them when they get
They open the door.
And tell them when to not be stupid.
Right.
Knock it off.
Right.
I'll add 2 more minutes.
It's basically a hall monitor for the penalty box. That's always how I've seen it.
Right?
That'd be a good job.
We already answered the trapezoid question.
4th and 9.
I want that job.
He's probably just playing hangman by himself.
The Hawks should beat Florida tonight.
That's going to be interesting because Florida hasn't played a game yet. Thanks, Dallas. But we'll see how that one goes. Of course, I'll be doing a review for that one. Much like tomorrow, I'll be doing a review separately for this game, which is Columbus and Detroit, and then I'll do a review separately as well for Boston and the Islanders, because then it makes that review video at the end of the night a lot shorter.
Why do you hate Montreal? Why do you hate Montreal?
I've worn Montreal jerseys. Deal? I've worn Montreal jerseys at least 5 times in the last week.
But why do you hate them?
Now I did because I'm a Bruins fan and it's required.
Hate anybody.
In order to go to Bruins union meetings, I need to make sure that I hate Montreal. It's right on the ID when you show it at the door, and otherwise you can't get in. So it was kind of required. But this year, because Boston and Montreal don't even play each other, I don't really care.
Is it fine for me, a guy, to wear women's jerseys?
I don't see why not. Well, you can take the size tag off the front.
Of course it's fine, but
they fit different.
Women's jerseys fit completely different. They are 2 sizes smaller. So the small in women's is equivalent to a 42 junior or an extra small.
Yeah, 42.
So the sizing isn't the same. They are shorter and they are more curved and the logo is smaller. So it's not going to fit anywhere near like a men's jersey. But of course you can wear a women's
Hi.
jersey if you want to wear a women's jersey.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello, kitty. How you doing?
But yeah, they don't fit anywhere near the same. Not at all.
Up here.
First time donating. You guys are the best. And
Let's go Islanders.
okay, it's hard for me to see eyes next to exclamation points.
Or explanation.
My eyes aren't that great, and letters next to the same letters or same shaped letters are really hard for me to read. If the Canucks finished last this season, are Benny and Travis gone?
I don't know that they're gone because of the setup this year and the divisions being so different. I don't know if there's less pressure or more on GMs and coaches. I think the expectation from ownership is playoffs. I would think Benning would probably be in more trouble than Travis Green. I would think Benning might get more blame than Green does. I think Green does a fine job as coach. There are problems I've had with some of his decisions as coach, but that's true of any coach in the National Hockey League.
I'm wearing women's pants right now. For
oh my God.
Our oldest, I will frequently order from the like girly teeny bopper stores because if they're straight leg, they're shaped exactly like men's pants, but they come in fun fabric.
There was a time
in the soft fluffy stuff.
There was a time when I was
not like anybody.
I was working at Advantage.
They're the same.
And I get to work, and this was years and years ago. And I get to work, and I basically was half asleep, and I got dressed in the dark, and I realized I was wearing my ex's pants. And I told one of my coworkers at lunch. All I did was just show her the leg of my pants, and she started laughing so hard that anytime she looked at me the rest of the day, she started laughing.
But could you actually tell?
Oh yes, they were clearly. You remember Michael Scott with the women's suit?
Oh yeah,
it was that obvious.
It was cut. Okay.
Yeah, they were totally cut. I had the pleat.
Those kind. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh
like
God.
if they're joggers, women's and men are the same.
I get to work and I'm like,
a lot of times more
this feels
expensive.
a lot colder. What's wrong with my jeans? Oh crap. Damn it. So I had to work that way.
We've never
I thought I grabbed jeans.
Problem.
Well, where
I've
would
worn
I
your
go?
shorts sometimes though.
Where would I go right now? That I go from the bedroom in here and I go, oh, okay, never mind, I'll go back and change. At work, I didn't have that option.
That's true.
Not like I could go to my supervisor and go, hey, can I go home? I got the wrong pants on. Because then they might have let me, but then my supervisor was like,
hold on,
let me just call everybody over. Hey, everybody, come over here. Okay, shut the line down. Come on down here.
I know you love hockey, but the next 100+ days, you'll need all that love for getting through this season. I admire you for your videos.
It won't be that bad.
There are days.
It won't be that bad because we're not really going anywhere. And the funny thing is that when I looked at the schedule and I plotted it out,
there are
busy.
Certain days though.
It's busy, but it's not as crazy as some years where they'll have like 15 games on a day here and nothing there. And there's more balance in the schedule.
It was that a lot last year.
There's more balance in the schedule, so it shouldn't be as bad this year. And it's a shorter season.
LOL, you all wear pants. That'd be really cold. It'd be really cold if we weren't wearing pants.
Bird. Star Wars pants on now.
I'm wearing Beatles.
Rebels,
I'm wearing
Rebels
Beatles pants.
or Empire. I'm all set.
So hey, you guys weren't expecting that.
Not hockey pants, not at all. And a Slipknot t-shirt underneath here. So.
Really glad the Wings won last night.
I was too. That was a fun
very
game.
Underrated at the added. What? I don't know what this is. I don't know what that says.
Depth.
Oh,
depth looked great.
Okay.
The added depth looked great.
Oh, yep. I see it now.
So
sorry, sometimes I'm not good at translating.
But the Wings that looked good last night. That Stetcher had a good game. Of course, I'm going to be partial to Stetcher, but Bernier had a good record last year. It's easy to forget that a lot of those losses last year, there were a ton that Jimmy Howard got, and the actual win-loss record for Bernier wasn't as bad. It was nowhere near as bad.
Which classic game would you show to a first-time hockey viewer to get them excited about the sport?
Game 6 between the New York Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks. No, Game 5. Game 5 where it was a 3-0 lead for the Rangers, or 3-0 lead for the Canucks. The Rangers tied it, and then the Canucks scored the next 3 goals to force a Game 6. That game was absolutely bonkers.
Shannon needs to rock jorts. It'd be cold.
I don't have. I've joked about.
He's got the legs.
Jeans
for
into
him.
jorts. No,
Yeah,
I don't.
He does. Yeah, he does.
I don't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Thighs of steel.
Nope.
Yeah.
Count Chocula.
We do not live in Vancouver. We
Nope.
live an hour outside of Vancouver, depending on traffic. We live at least an hour outside of Vancouver.
We'd like to live in Vancouver.
No. There is no part of me
but
that
Yvonne
wants...
she's bugging me all the time about, could we live on the waterfront? And then I'm like, there aren't houses on the
There
waterfront.
is no part of me that wants to live in Vancouver.
She's wanted to move to Stanley Park. I've told her that means we're homeless. She was sad when I made her take the tent back, but
Whatever. I have lots of tents.
So
Okay, your pant story reminds me of Arthur Carlson on WKRP wearing a client's women's pant,
oh God,
a little
that was
tight
funny.
in the crotch.
Oh, that was so funny.
Hashtag love the Seals jersey.
That was so WKRP is fantastic. I've got that whole series too. I'm gonna have to watch that at some point.
I was helping a coworker once. I put my hand in my pocket and was like, these are real pockets. And he looked at me like I had two heads. Said, you don't understand. Women's dress pants don't have pockets. No, they have pretend pockets. Either it looks like pockets and there's no actual fabric there. They're just sewn to look like there's pockets. It's the illusion, to give the illusion of pockets. Or they're pockets that they're so shallow you can put your hand in that far. I don't know what...
See, jeans
what
have those, but those are change
in
pockets.
You mean the pocket watch pocket? The little one?
You generally use those for change.
It's a pocket watch pocket. But, women, we get the illusion of pockets.
Or even the ones that there isn't an actual pocket. It needs to have the whole outline of a pocket. It's like, why
it's the
even
illusion of a pocket. It's so stupid.
Is that an emergency exit? No, it's just the one we drew on. It's
my
just,
boys. So we have teenage boys,
of safety.
and they understand this rule. And sometimes I'll have my phone in my bra, and I call it my boob pocket. And every once in a while, Malachi, our 16-year-old, be, why is your phone there? Because they don't have pockets. Why are women's clothes dumb? I don't know. It's a good question.
And then every time I ask to check your pockets,
our moderators are not oversensitive Karens. Our moderators are awesome, and they help our comment section not turn into a YouTube comment section.
Karen in our subscriber.
Our moderators are awesome, so they're really good at helping.
Maybe you meant
people not be assholes online. Anyways. No, our moderators
how you really
are awesome.
feel is.
Yes, that's my opinion.
And you're sticking to it.
Yes. Don't yoga pants have phone pockets? Sometimes. They sometimes have pockets. Not all the time.
But women don't always do yoga when they're wearing them, so those pants are a lie.
I have yoga pants and I have never done yoga.
See, they're a lie.
So
those pants are a lie.
They just make me look like I exercise.
Then you gotta watch because a lot of them are being sheer.
They're to give. I know what. To give the illusion of me exercising.
And being a guy, I let her know by yelling, "Hey!"
He does. He really does. No, he's usually, "Hey, you dropped something." Hey.
I don't know what you're looking for,
but
it's on the floor, probably underneath there. You should reach further in there.
Because Shannon's a boy. Oh, Sammy likes my scarf. Thank you. I think it's fun.
2 minutes left. Kansas City still.
I crocheted it. This is a crocheted scarf. It's not crotcheted.
Crotcheted's technically the term. We're not French. You say crotcheted.
I do not because I'm not a moron.
Moran.
Newfie talk. How you getting on, buddy?
That is Newfie talk. I don't remember the Newfie answer for that either. And I know there's a Newfie answer for that. I need like a there's a Newfie phrase book. I need to get that at some point.
Right.
So that when we have people in the chat, I can actually consult the phrase book about, and not only that, but then I can talk to my aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff.
There you go, yeah. And talk to them all. Newfie answered nothing.
Nothing by? You gotta add by at the end. All right.
Petrie is like wine, or Petrie's like wine. He's getting better with age.
I think it helps too when he plays against a team that dumped him off, like he was playing against Edmonton last night. So that definitely probably helps them.
Just popping in for a moment to say congrats, guys. Great formula you got here.
Thank you very much. Buffalo's 0-2.
Great content, dude. Greetings from Finland.
Thank you very much. I think most of it has to do with my wife, though. I have very little to do with it.
That's nothing.
Sure
No, I'm only here for live streams, and we usually have a few people complaining that there's a girl on the screen.
And yet you do so much moderation and stuff that they don't see on.
I know. They don't realize how much they talk to me online.
Yeah. How many times that she gives an answer and they're like, "Oh, I talked to Shannon today." No, you didn't.
Thanks, the hockey guy. You're welcome.
She may have asked me for clarification, but it's very often her.
Saints or Bucks?
I like the Bucks. And I say that because I don't bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs. I find that's a bad idea.
Oh, I think it was on a trip to Vegas. Shannon shared things he says in public when Yvonne touches him and made me laugh so hard. Can't remember what it was for the life of me. Something about being related. He sure does.
Mom has talked to you about touching me like that.
Several things that Shannon says in public.
Mom has told you that's not appropriate.
Okay, because we're a normal couple. We stand near each other. Yep.
Okay, so we had a discussion. We went to the doctor, and we talked about my safe space.
The judge says.
We talked about what I'm comfortable with.
The therapist
We agreed that I'm not comfortable with the amount of touching and the closeness that you're like. Being brother and sister, people in public are going to get the wrong idea about what's going on here. You need to you need to separate reality from the fantasy here, and you need to just let it go.
Yeah.
I will say that in a crowded space.
Public, like on an elevator,
SkyTrain,
transit.
That woman that look she gave you on the SkyTrain
said, "You're not allowed to touch me like that."
The judge talked to you about that temper yours. Like, I wait till she tells me off and I go, "The judge told you to watch your temper."
Knock it off. Stop it.
You don't want to violate your parole.
Yeah. In public. In close proximity to other people. And
the more people
do
the better.
All the time.
Oh, that's great.
All the time.
I miss doing that. I miss people. I'm going to have to do that twice as much when we get to go out and see people again.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You know what I haven't got to do in forever. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
True.
He's a troublemaker.
True.
Did you get all of the reverse retro jerseys?
Yep, all done. I actually did a ranking of them. I re-ranked them all. So I've got a new rankings for all 31.
Oh, did I see that
yep.
one? I did. Okay.
Yep, you did. You got that.
Got that one.
Yep, you did.
Did I miss one? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Oh, there it is. Ah. Yvonne needs a raise. She gave me permission to say it. Serious question. Are we going to have to look at that Oilers third jersey for the whole season?
I have to be honest. It is one of my least favorite of the third jerseys. I hope not. I would say that the better their record is wearing it, the more chance you'll have of seeing it more often. Yeah, I kind of hope not, though. If they get off to a slow start, you'll probably see it get chucked aside and they'll wear a different one instead.
Yeah, he says I don't get a raise.
I get to deduct money. Now you're negative 10%.
CCM or Bauer, the
CCM.
best hockey gear. For gear, Bauer. I need new gloves and a stick. It's been a while.
Fine, listen to her.
For
Bauer.
gear, Bauer.
Bauer, fine. Because you costume up the kids, so
Costume up. Yeah.
You know where they go out and they slap the sticky thing around the net.
Yeah, I generally prefer the Bauer gear, especially the gloves.
We're gonna have to get those nets set up so I can do another outside video.
Yeah.
For the fine people.
It's supposed to get stupid cold though.
That's fine. I can just.
Are we going to see the Capitals wear their reverse retros?
Yes. Most teams have announced when they're wearing their reverse retros, and I'm trying to keep track of team records from when they wear their thirds and their reverse retros. Nobody's worn the reverse yet. I've had to go back on whether or not to track Arizona's because since they're going to wear their Kachina as the primary home this year, I guess it doesn't make it the third jersey. So I'll track when they wear their regular home jersey, which would now be the third jersey. But yeah.
Is there any snow in BC? Here in Alberta, it's been warm all winter, almost no snow and ice.
We haven't had very
BC's
much.
huge. But
In
the
lower
warm
mainland,
part.
we really haven't had
We've
very
had
much.
snow once, right before Christmas.
But I would imagine the
So we
Okanagan
had snow for Christmas.
probably has had its share of snow. They're always a few degrees colder than we are.
Everywhere
I don't think they've
else
had.
is colder.
I don't think the Okanagans had their normal amount, but they've had
bit
some
of snow in Kamloops. We
What?
got snow for Christmas. It snowed
What?
3 days before Christmas.
What?
So we had snow at Christmas.
What?
Kids loved it. We're in
What
the
is
really
your
warm
damage?
part of BC, though. The rest of BC gets a lot more snow than here. So,
Why are you damaged?
what are your thoughts on Mahomes' injury?
He'll be fine. If this is about his toe, he'll be fine. That's one of those things that over a week it should clear up. If it's about his toe, I would imagine it is.
Pick up the cat.
That's basically what she was asking for, because as you see, she stopped. She doesn't fight either. And it's funny because I can hold her with one hand and just stand here with her like this, and she's perfectly fine with it.
Hi, let me be in your face.
And if I do this with Pixel,
You put
Pixel
my
acts
nose
like
in your
she's going to
mouth.
die.
Yes. Concussion and toe.
Oh, you got concussed on that play too? Still, it's football. He'll be in the next game. It's football. He won't miss the AFC Championship game. Hey, okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, everybody's telling you he has a concussion.
Okay.
Got it. Almost all cats I've owned hate being picked up. Pixel and Lilybell don't like being picked up. No. Okay. No. Did you get your Sharks anniversary jersey?
Yep. I posted about that on Instagram. I wore it in video already too. One of the review videos I wore it.
Favorite hockey memory?
Probably Vancouver knocking off Calgary in 1994. That'd probably be my favorite because that was unexpected, and that was the start of that great run to the finals. Hey.
Should a 10-minute misconduct with less than 10 minutes in the game be an automatic 1-game suspension?
No, it would
That
really depend what it
sounds
is. And a 10-minute
overkill.
misconduct, in a lot of cases, if there's a 10-minute misconduct on top of a penalty, it'll automatically go to player safety anyways.
That means you'd be penalized for
So-
the time of game that it occurred in.
Yeah, and
Which just seems
a lot
silly.
of them are automatically looked at anyways.
What would have happened if Guy Lafleur got drafted by the Seals?
He would have scored just as many points as my guess because he didn't rely on his line mates for his points and his goals. I don't know that the Seals would have stayed in California, though. I don't think it saves the franchise. I don't think he would have stayed in California either. I think he would have found his way to Montreal at some point.
Thoughts on the possibility of the Wild getting a lottery pick via the Zucker trade?
The odds are not too shabby, to be honest. I know Pittsburgh won the game today, but they didn't look great. Their goaltending is a giant question mark right now. The odds are pretty good that Minnesota's going to get a lottery pick only because that division looks so deadly.
Will the Oilers still make the playoff without Mike Smith?
They have to find a backup for Koskinen, and they don't have one right now because of Grosnick has to go through protocols. Rodriguez has to go through protocols as well. And I mean, if they got Dell from Toronto, he doesn't have to. But there are other teams in line before Edmonton who would definitely pick up Dell as a waiver wire guy.
Favorite WHL jersey?
I really like the Prince George Cougars one that I have is really nice. I also like the Giants. The Giants are nice. And there's that Royals one. Remember the Royals third?
Yeah. That one is
that I
fun.
don't have, but I really like that one too. And I've looked for that one online, but I haven't found it for a decent price yet.
That one's fun. Are the Canucks doomed?
No. Nobody's doomed less than a week into the season. We're going to see some teams with scary records, but the good news is because you're always playing within your own division, you can make up ground a lot faster too.
We need a video of all your non-NHL jerseys.
That could be a long video.
Do you mean all his non-NHL hockey jerseys or all of his non-NHL non-hockey jerseys? All of his European jerseys?
The geeky jerseys?
Right. He has a stupid amount of jerseys.
I do.
Favorite European and Russian players?
Oh, geez. Just off the top of my head. Larionov would be my all-time favorite Russian player, I do believe. Geez, among Swedish players, Pettersson's going to end up being up there. Thomas Gradin of the Canucks would be up there as well. Geez, I know I did videos on that too. Finnish-born players, Sami Salo, because again, Canuck reference. At the very least, the Canucks have had a lot of foreign players. And the funny thing is, Bure was never one of my favorites. Bure was one of my favorites his rookie year, and then I thought after that he stopped hitting and he kind of became sort of a prima donna on the ice, and I wasn't as big a fan of his as I had been previously.
Shannon's going to do a video from the driveway. How far away is the nearest ambulance? Please have Jamie Davis Towing standing by.
Yeah, actually, it's not that far. You can get to an ambulance from here not too far because they have the EMTs from the fire department. The fire department's not far from us.
Right.
One of them.
We're very close to a fire department. Okay. So you got that one.
Good job, sweetie.
Next
Good
reenactment goal should be the or die.
I don't know if I have the energy for
Hold
that.
on, let's pile up the pillows.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I don't know if I have the energy for that. That would I could potentially scrape up my chin, and then I'm answering questions for the next 4 or 5 videos in the comment section about why my chin's all scratched
4 or
up.
5 videos. Oh, it'd be like every single video.
About a week of them. So about 5 videos. I do 5 a week, I think. I think it's 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Denominator. Yeah, 5.
Dork.
Yeah. About that.
Okay. Have you ever played hockey?
Yes.
Like,
like not.
I mean, professionally?
Not professionally, but I
Shannon
played
plays
hockey.
lots of hockey.
And
We
then
have
there's
videos of Shannon playing hockey.
Well, street hockey. Street hockey. I've got 40 years of experience playing the street hockey because my family wasn't exactly one that had money. So I was kind of stuck with, here's a hockey stick. Don't break it because I can't afford to get another one. Here's a hockey ball. Don't lose it because I can't afford to get another one. Go out and play street hockey. Although we played with a tennis ball a lot too.
Those get some distance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tennis ball is kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of, I'll get it. Okay, whose turn is it now? It's in the bush again.
I meant for fun, not pro. There are videos on this channel of Shannon playing
I made a
hockey.
playlist of the meetups.
Oh, did you?
I made a playlist of the meetups.
So you can watch them and be like, oh.
So, yes. So that people can remember when we used to
Remember when we
do
used
things.
to see people and
I even
hockey?
was asked by Jordan, the one that lives, Abby Jordan.
Okay.
I was asked by him whether or not we're having meetups this summer, and I said, depends on COVID.
Sure hope so.
I said, we want to. We're hoping so. Depends on what the numbers are and what the rules are.
That's true.
So, here's to hoping.
Why are hockey sticks so expensive? You can get cheap ones now.
The $200 hockey
ones.
sticks, generally they do improve performance a lot. They do seem to make a big difference. But for what I do, the $15 sticks work just fine. It's on for street hockey. It's not going to make a difference.
Is a Canadian extra large like a US extra large? What are you?
There aren't any US made
talking
jerseys, so I'm
about?
thinking maybe clothes. General sizes are the same though in North America.
Yeah, most things Canada and US share sizes because we generally have one company makes for both countries.
Yeah, a lot of the clothes that you order, it'll even say import fees because they're coming in from the States.
Yeah. Can you do a meetup in New Jersey when you start doing it again, please?
Borders got to open up.
That'll be a while.
Borders got to open up. What we're hoping to do, like I said, is that this summer at some point, hopefully we can have a meetup. I'd like to do meetups every 2 weeks once we're able to get them
They'll
going
be
again.
locally because we can't.
And
just
yeah, it
travel.
would be like, Coquitlam, Abbotsford, Chilliwack, that kind of thing. And then when we're able to travel again, at some point have one hopefully in Vegas. Maybe figure out a place we could do one in California if we get down to California again. So
I remember going to California.
I know.
That was fun.
I know. Disneyland was fun.
I know. Shannon could have been drafted by the Dog River Dogs.
I have the Dog River Dogs jersey.
Good.
I have the Dog River Dogs jersey.
Do you think Line will play tomorrow?
Probably. I know he left practice early today, but I try not to overreact to that kind of news. So when I'm doing the news of the day kind of thing, I try not to post something that's overreacting. Because honestly, there's a lot of guys that leave practice early and end up not missing time.
You never know. Maybe he was really hungry.
Maybe he leaves the ice early to find out if he's been traded. Maybe every day he leaves the ice half an hour early to go up and ask Shovel Day off if I haven't traded yet. Because he figures if he asks him long enough, eventually the answer is going to be yes. It's like, kids asking their parents, are we there yet?
No, it's like the kids asking, Mom, can we have our phones? Mom, can we have our phones? Holy crap, leave me alone. But so when can we have our phones? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because if they had unfettered access to their phones, nothing would ever get done. They wouldn't sleep. They wouldn't get any schoolwork done.
He's got to play Fortnite. No.
Isn't Fortnite done now? Fortnite's done now. He's probably just playing Among Us. Because I think Fortnite's just dead now.
I think people kind of make ridiculousness out of stupid.
I'm hanging out on MySpace. I'm waiting for people to come meet me on MySpace
How
and get in my
many
top 5.
jerseys do you have? Stupid.
In this room, it's about 500. I've got.
See, I told you.
I did a count. I've got a whole folder going on Google Drive. I've taken pictures of every single jersey in this room. It's about 500.
It's ridiculous.
Some of them are close enough to other ones in the collection that I don't have them all necessarily in the countdown I'm putting together, because some of them are too close. It might be just a Reebok Authentic and an Adidas that look virtually identical. But yeah, it's about 500 in this room.
Is it wrong to have name and number embroidered onto a Fanatics branded NHL jersey?
No.
No.
Nothing wrong with it. There's people who like them.
Yes. Our oldest at home wears the Fanatic jerseys in a time when he can go to Special Olympics, and he does have some Fanatics with names on them.
Did you see me holding your sister?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
I think he saw me holding
I'm
his
psychic.
sister.
Yvonne's drinking tea. Oh my gosh.
I had to pick him up because he was pawing my leg.
Hey, Dad, he's purring really loud too. But Dad, is your jersey collection insured?
No, our house is insured.
Renter's insurance.
Our house is insured.
And we took into account the jerseys when we selected the amount that we have renter's insurance for.
We're covered.
Do you have the Sunnyvale Sam Squanches?
Sam Squanches.
Sam Squanches.
I don't actually have
Sam Squanch.
That's Sam Squanch. That's what Bubbles what Ricky calls the Sasquatch on Trailer Park Boys.
Right. Okay. It jumped again. Did the Pens make a mistake by not selling high on Rust to get some much needed youth in the lineup? And should they move on from Letang?
The thing about moving on from Letang is you'd be accepting that you're going to some sort of a rebuild because they don't have anybody to take his spot. Marino's close. I wouldn't have traded Rust. I think Rust is a very useful top 6 forward. He's not old either. And I don't know how much value he would have either. I don't know if you'd get proper value back from him.
He did not have 500 jerseys when he was working his manual labor job. He did have a lot of jerseys, but he didn't pay brand new full price for those jerseys.
No.
That's how you get a lot of jerseys.
No, I got them on clearance.
Is to buy them when they're like $30 each.
I got them on clearance. Mostly.
That's how you get a lot of jerseys.
Yeah,
I have a lot of jerseys, and most of my jerseys were like $20. So, and he worked in manual labor, but he has a lot of jerseys because he has a YouTube channel that he wears a lot of jerseys.
Oh, I wouldn't have them.
So
If I didn't have
he
the
doesn't
channel.
buy them full price.
No.
And being self-employed, they count as a tax write-off as well.
Or talks right off.
Tax write-off.
Because I talk.
But if he didn't have a YouTube channel, he wouldn't have this many jerseys.
No, because I wouldn't have anywhere to put them.
They're part of his job.
And
so
I mean, I'd have Boston, Dallas, Vancouver, but
right.
Yeah. When I met you, I didn't even have every team.
No, he did not.
I didn't have Minnesota. I didn't have Columbus. I didn't have the Islanders. I didn't have Winnipeg either. I had 27 teams.
I got him his first Minnesota and first Winnipeg jerseys.
Yep. I did not have
because
every
I was
team.
a nice girlfriend like that.
And that was only 4 years ago that I did not have every team in the league.
Yeah.
Because again, all I collected were the ones that were either really cheap or teams that I cheered for. So I had like 8 or 9, I think, Bruins and 7 or 8 Canucks and 8 or 9 of the Dallas Stars. I didn't really care about the rest. And 4 or 5 of Toronto because I could always get them on sale.
Right. As a gamer obsessed with NHL 21, I'm in my rookie season drafted number 2 overall for the Kings. 40 games in. I'm right wing with Kopitar and Taylor Hall on hardest difficulty. Any advice with that squad?
The Kings are a good, exciting young team. If you're on the same line as Kopitar, you should get your share of goals. The be a player part, I've done some of it. I haven't done nearly enough with it because I haven't really had the time to do it. And it's not something either that I'd record and upload online. It's not something I don't do the play alongs either. Yeah, just enjoy it. I mean, it's living out your dream. And Kings, at least you have tons of fun jerseys with the Kings too.
Yeah, Shadow is not a huge cat.
He's solid.
So, but he's
solid.
not huge.
No. He's 1 inch longer than his sister.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
not
just,
huge.
He's just solid, aren't you?
Besides a gift,
Bikini.
What's the cheapest that you ever paid for a jersey? Oh, Lisa, here comes the story.
Oh, well, I don't have them yet. So I can't
true.
tell that story. I've got some jerseys from Dick's that are still in the States. Outside of that, I have a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey on the Maple Leafs rack that I got for $10 at Value Village. I got it $10 used at Value Village. That was the cheapest. And I have a Canucks V jersey that I paid $8 at Value Village for. You know, before everybody was collecting them, you could just find them at thrift stores because guys would be like, well, that's an old jersey I don't need anymore. And they'd get rid of it. And then I'd buy it because it was dirt cheap.
How much does Shadow weigh? I have it on my phone. I think he's 18 pounds.
18, yeah.
I think he's 18 pounds. All of our cats are really, really close in
Bears,
weight.
what, 15?
Yeah, they're all very close in weight,
Yeah.
though they don't look like it. US 10 or Canadian 10. Well, you wouldn't spend American 10 at a thrift store.
No, it's Canadian 10.
That wouldn't
So,
make any
about
sense.
like
That'd
$8
be a
American.
weird thrift store charging
Especially
you in
Value
American
Village.
money.
That'll be $10 American. What?
Wait, huh?
It's not on the tag.
What is it? Is it like $20?
Yeah, that was back before I'd gone to the States. Before I met her,
Can I pay it
never
par?
went to the States. I never
Please
went to
let
the
me
States.
pay it par.
In fact, it was 4 years ago today.
Back then, it wouldn't be bad.
4 years ago today that I made my profile picture on Facebook, me seeing all the fun sodas
Oh,
in
yeah.
the States.
I took him to an American grocery store for the first time. And in the American soda aisles, it's like, gosh, what is that? Like 2 of our aisles and all the variety and him just standing there. So I had to take a picture. It was so funny.
Because there's just so much.
American
now it's
grocery
nothing.
stores are just crazy.
Now it's just nothing. I'm sad.
How many Maple Leaf jerseys do you have? Also, Yvonne, do you know all NHL? Wait, do I know all of the teams? The NHL team. Do I know all?
Do you want me to give him
I'm
an
pretty sure our
alphabetical order?
7-year-old daughter knows all of the teams.
Do you want me to give him an alphabetical order?
That's just ridiculous. Of course, I know all the teams.
Anaheim. Okay, so I have
don't-
about 18 Toronto jerseys.
Of course, I know. Oh my goodness. Of course,
I
I
have
know
at
the
least-
teams. That's just a silly question.
Actually, it might be 20 if you include
Come
the
on
practice
now.
jerseys. So Anaheim, Atlanta, Boston, Buffalo, Calgary, Carolina, Chicago, Colorado, Columbus, Dallas, Detroit, Edmonton, Florida, LA, Minnesota, Montreal, Nashville, New Jersey, Islanders, Rangers, Ottawa, Philly, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, San Jose, Tampa, Toronto, Vancouver, Vegas, Washington, Winnipeg, and soon Seattle. will get in there so I can't do it as easily alphabetically because I'll
You'll have
keep
to think
forgetting
about it,
Seattle.
yeah. What Disney villain would Melnick be?
I don't know. Who's a cheap villain? Somebody who's really really likes their money and doesn't like to share necessarily. Somebody from I want to say DuckTales, but not DuckTales.
Woo.
Yeah, no.
Football commentary. Pass.
I don't generally do a lot of the football. I mean, I do videos on football on the other channel.
Oh, I said I should do it. Pass.
Oh wow, that would not go well. That'd be really funny if you did football commentary.
Pass football. Oh man, they're standing around again. Oh, well, now he's scratching himself.
See, I wish
standing
I
around
wish you'd
some
seen
more.
the other day when, or a few weeks ago when Detroit's
Scrooge
wearing their
McDuck.
color rush. Yeah, their color rush jerseys and color rush outfits, and they were just so tight. And because they were really gray, it looked like skin tone. But like, this is uncomfortable. I don't know how people can watch this game. This is an uncomfortable experience. I have to turn this game off.
pointed that out so much. Football is a bunch of guys wearing tights, smacking each other.
It was
If you're into
uncomfortable.
watching that, more power to you.
I was just like, who decided that the LA Rams, that their color rush should be a cream colored? Who in their right minds decided cream colored? I guarantee it wasn't a football player. There's no way a football player goes, I think we should have an off-white for our jersey. What do you think, boys? I think an off-white's nice.
I think that's just silliness.
No, football players, you ask them, what color do you guys want to wear? Black. Okay, but every other team's wearing black. What color do you want to wear? Black. Black's a good color. It's really hot out. Okay, white. No, see, we have to have different colors. No, you don't care. There's no way football players design any of these jerseys.
Okay, just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I don't know hockey stuff.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not ridiculous like Shannon, but most people are not.
Do you want me to do them in reverse alphabetical order?
Shannon's ridiculous. I watch plenty of hockey. Not having a penis has nothing to do with my knowledge of hockey or being able to watch hockey.
Then why do I have to keep explaining it?
Shannon does not explain hockey to me. He knows better. No, back before the apocalypse, I was the scorekeeper for hockey.
Oh, that was funny.
So, oh my gosh.
Sometimes you have kids come over and explain things to you.
Being a woman, people would still try and explain it to me, even though I've been the scorekeeper for a couple years.
Little kids.
Yeah, sorry, the misogynistic comments don't go over well with me.
Yeah, the little kids would come over and explain stuff to her, and I'd laugh. I'd be like, so do you get what he was explaining to you?
Yeah, a penis is not needed to understand sports. So if you are not a female,
so funny.
You don't need to talk to females like
you just see like the smoke coming out of her ears. You could just see her just turning red.
So irritating. I don't understand why people, and then, or there's, you watch hockey. So who's your favorite player on this team? It's like a quiz.
Just say Gretzky.
A quiz.
For every team.
They have to give you to
who's your all-time favorite senator? Gretzky.
That you do in fact.
Your all-time favorite Shark? Gretzky. I love when Gretzky played for the Sharks. They're out of Tampa, right?
I should start answering like that. Yeah. Yeah, there's the questions of, does she actually know hockey?
I could get you like
girls that says she likes.
I could get you like women's jerseys, which are dirt cheap.
Guys will think it's funny.
I could get you like a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey for dirt cheap and get Gretzky 99 put on the back, so you can wear that.
Then I would get the stupid comments all the time out in public. Oh my gosh, Shannon!
Do you want a Lemieux 66 for your Washington jersey?
Moving on. Shan saying the NHL teams in alphabetical orders, like Bob Backlund talking U.S. presidents in order. I just popped honestly on that as a wrestling fan as well.
Oh, thank you.
Shannon is just ridiculous.
It's because I've been doing teams in alphabetical order since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, and there were 21 teams. I had a ruler that had all of the logos on it from Boston through to Winnipeg, and so I would just go through and just recite them and write them down and recite them. And it's never stopped.
Shannon puts everything in lists. Everything's in a list. He has them on his computer, in his head. He lists everything.
TV shows, movies,
yes.
songs, bands.
He lists everything.
Actors I like,
That's just
actresses I
how
like, singers.
Shannon's ridiculous brain works. Do you think fatigue will play a factor this year? Example, Canucks last night, 3 games in 4 nights.
Here's an example. Both Washington and Pittsburgh today were playing their 3rd game in, I think, 4.5 days. Yes. Whoever has the better goaltending and whoever's able to rotate their rosters so you're keeping guys fresh, whoever has the depth to be able to do that should excel under this circumstance.
Yvonne, you need the sweatshirt. I got my sister that says, "Don't mansplain hockey to me." It's not just hockey. It's so not just hockey. Oh my god.
I'm just thinking of all the times we've been together.
Going to car places. Okay, mind you, I'm the one that drives. I'm the one that knows the vehicle.
Sorry, Katie. Come here.
We can go to a car place.
Here.
I can ask a question, and you know what they do?
Hi.
Answer him.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Ticks me off.
Or when we ask for directions,
Good
they
Lord.
answer
Yep.
me.
We'll answer him. I can ask the question. Oh,
See?
the guy coming
He's a
over
big kitty.
months ago, figuring out, helping us with our
He's not
internet.
fat. He's a
Can I
big
talk
kitty.
to your husband? No. You can talk to me. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No. It was a cute stream until Shannon's nose broke. Yeah. No. Okay. Please do a video about the New Jersey. Oh my goodness, that's the tongue twister. Right? That New Jersey will be wearing home games in New Jersey for alumni nights in New Jersey. Oh my goodness, how many times can you say New Jersey in a sentence? The New Jersey for New Jersey, New Jersey, New Jersey.
Well, they have the retro. You know what's funny? They retired. It looks like they retired their throwback whites. They didn't win a game in them, so they've retired them. They're not wearing them. So I think I always think it's kind of funny when a team retires their 3rd jersey and you realize, yeah, they didn't win a game wearing that anyways, so it makes sense they retire it.
Did you enjoy doing the interview with the Bar Down Guy channel? What?
When did we do that? We didn't do that.
It's not a thing.
Nope.
No.
I haven't I haven't done that.
Not a thing.
Nope.
Best team after first week of play.
So far,
Tricky when they don't all play.
yeah, it is. I like Montreal in the north. Kind of like Colorado in the west, even though they didn't look good in the first game against St. Louis. I would say Vegas, but Vegas beat Anaheim, so that's the problem there, and that's the major issue. I like Washington in the East so far. Then in the Central, Tampa, although Tampa just played Chicago twice, so that's part of the reason why I didn't even bother with the power rankings last night. We've only seen teams against 1, maybe 2 opponents at most. We don't really have an idea for who the best are yet.
This stream went from hockey talk to gender inequality. Well, when it's
And then
brought
back
up,
to
but
hockey talk. Yay!
Just wait. We haven't streamed very far from hockey yet, so usually the streams go way away from hockey.
yes.
So
Yes.
we're doing pretty darn good. We're over an hour, and it's still staying relatively hockey.
This is true.
Who do you think the best player not in the Hall of Fame is?
Alex McGillney. McGillney to me, I don't understand why he's not in the Hall. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I am bewildered that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Lisa's an awesome moderator, so
She is. She's a very good moderator.
Yeah. We have a lot of awesome moderators,
True that.
and they don't do things that are not what they have been asked to do.
True that.
So, yeah, for all the people that like to comment on what they do, they keep our stream running smoothly, and and they do not have patience for caps because it drives me crazy, because then all the comment section ends up being people writing in all caps and all emojis. So yeah, they remove those so then people don't get into that stupidity. That's what that is for.
Exactly.
Who wins the Richard this year?
I think Matthews has a good chance. I think the North Division in general, I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in that division. we could see, I'd say out of the top 10, you could see like 4 or 5 guys out of the north end up being in that Rocket Richard hunt. I do like Matthews' chances though.
What do you think of the Bruins retiring Willie O'Ree's number 22?
Good. Willie O'Ree was a pioneer for the game, and he would have played a lot more games than he did. He broke the color barrier. He would have played more games in the NHL than he did, other than the color barrier still being a thing. And I don't think that Herb Carnegie gets the kind of respect that he should either. Eventually, I think he will. But Willie O'Ree's number being retired is good. Meant Craig Smith had to change from 22 to 12. That's a minor inconvenience for them. And I think it was the right call.
We have a bunch of mods on here. Lisa's just the one that talks the most right now, today.
Just in general.
We have a ton of mods.
Just in general.
And I can see what all of the mods are doing.
She's very chatty.
She is. Lisa is awesome. So.
That's only because Lars is in bed. Otherwise, Lars always gets all the blame.
I know. People usually blame Lars for everything. And it's funny because a lot of times I'm the one banning.
It's like they used to always blame Drew or they'd always blame Adam. And it's just they move around on who they're blaming. Yeah.
Yeah. People are funny. Have you been to Great Park Ice in Irvine, California? Nope.
No.
The official practice facility for the Anaheim Ducks and has 4 rinks and a
Wasn't
restaurant
that one of the
bar.
recommendations before we went down there?
Oh, yeah. People recommended tons of places.
That was one of the recommendations. It wasn't close to where we were. Yeah, and where we ended up having a meetup was right close by, so we could walk there.
Yeah.
And so it was recommended.
We just didn't get there. A lot of places, so see that we're getting into the discussion of where have you been or have you been to here. No. The answer is no.
The answer is no. We haven't been there.
What's the question? Is
Vegas,
Disneyland, Seattle? The
Idaho,
answer is no.
Moscow, Idaho.
I was going to say even for Idaho, we haven't been to most of Idaho.
Yeah, Moscow. So, once you've seen Moscow, you don't need to see the rest of Idaho.
Worst goal song, the Leafs.
Yeah, it's for me it'd still be, and they're still using it this year because of course they are. You Make My Dreams is the worst.
Is awful.
I like Hall & Oates. I don't like that. I never liked that song. I like Hall & Oates. I've got Hall & Oates songs that are in playlists of mine that I use for the treadmill. Not that one. I would never listen to. I'd be more likely to listen to love songs from Michael Bublé while I'm trying to work out, being serenaded by my buddy.
That'd be so funny.
That'd be weird.
He'd find that entertaining.
I know he would. So.
Okay.
He remains nameless.
Right. As you know, I disagree. I think you know who that is. It's Josh, because Josh likes that song. Because of course he does.
Did Taylor cover that stupid thing too?
He wishes.
On her new album, Shameless, covers 486 songs.
Thoughts on the Kings?
Last night's game against Detroit, they got absolutely stoned by Bernier. I thought they played a good game. I think Bernier stole that from them. I think if they keep playing that way, they're playing tomorrow in Nashville. They'd better get it together because Nashville looked deadly against Columbus.
Have you ever tried Beyond Meat burgers?
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah. I think
sometimes
the ones
they
call Beyond Meat are in the States. I don't think we have those actual ones here.
That's what it was from A&W.
But
I thought A&W's was Beyond Meat.
I thought they call it something else. I've had the one at A&W. That one's not bad. I've had the one at Burger King.
Which is flavorless.
That one's not very good.
Yeah, it's flavorless.
I'm trying to think where else I've had them.
Generally, and I mean, I've tried non-meat burger patties going back about 30 years.
I like the A&W one.
And going back 30 years, they're just...
they're better now than they used to be.
Yeah.
They used to be like pressed oatmeal.
It always depended on how you made them. It always depended on what they were prepared. And basically it was, did they make it with cream of mushroom soup? Good. It'll taste like cream of mushroom soup then. So I will eat it. Did they not? Then it's probably going to taste like cardboard.
Pressed oatmeal.
But it would soak in the flavor of whatever you made it with. So
they're a lot
cream of
better,
mushroom
though.
soup was what worked.
Is Nick Suzuki better than Jesperi Kokanyemi? And thoughts on Kokanyemi so far?
Suzuki's a better center right now. Kokanyemi has more offensive upside than Suzuki. But Suzuki has that two-way forward mentality. I think he's going to be their Bo Horvat. Kokanyemi could end up being a poor man's version of Pettersson. I don't know that he has Elias Pettersson's upside, but he's very good. He's a big kid, and he's still very young. The plan is, I think, to have them as the number 1 and 2 center in Montreal.
Who would you like to see win the men's and women's WWE Royal Rumble matches this year, respectively?
Oh, if I could dream book that.
Cardboard.
If I could dream book that. The men's Royal Rumble, I've heard rumors it's Daniel Bryan, and that's good because Daniel Bryan should win the Rumble. He at least deserves to win a Rumble in his career. On the women's side, if I was dream booking it, they need to get Shayna Baszler's push going again. And I thought they pushed her too strong out of the gate. That Shayna needs to win that. They need to make her an actual threat again. Hopefully it's not somebody like Lacey Evans or not Charlotte. For the love of God, don't make it Charlotte. Please don't make it Charlotte.
That's a good video idea, Shannon, covering all of Michael Bublé's songs in alphabetical order and in French.
I don't know Michael would like that. I think I could text him and ask him, but I don't think I'd get a positive response to that. I'd probably just get an LOL and something about copyright. And yeah.
Why am I wearing a rainbow top? Because I want to?
Almost everything
scarf.
Yvonne wears is rainbow themed.
Or black. Or black with rainbows.
Or both.
I'm wearing it because I want to.
Jeez. And it's fun.
Because I want to.
It's fun string that she made this with.
Yarn.
Same thing. So she made this out of some fun string that's multicolored string. And she sewed this string.
Crocheted it.
Same thing. And she's proud of herself. So why not be proud?
Am I making a political statement?
No.
That scarves are warm? That's my political statement.
That's her. Yes. Yes.
Okay. No, there's a pin in it. Yes, stop. Well, not like a pokey pin, but okay, stop it. Yeah. Generally, that's why I wear clothing, because I like them. So that, and then I create less of a scene. If I didn't wear clothing.
See, and mine's about the seal hunt. Mine's about the seal hunt. So I am political. Because sure, I am against the Saskatchewan seal hunt.
I haven't watched that video for a long time. We should watch that. It's so funny. Make the kids watch it. They'd find it hilarious. Okay. Will Spezza one day sign a one-day deal to retire as a senator?
I don't know. The word that he has said that if he's taken on waivers, he'll just retire. He didn't specify that there was a team, including Ottawa, that he wouldn't make that promise a reality. I think for Spezza, I think he's retiring as a Leaf. I don't know that he necessarily would sign a one-day contract. It wouldn't necessarily surprise me, but I don't know that he has any interest in that right now.
What impact will Kapanen make to the Pens lineup?
They're hoping it's a big impact on their scoring. The offense was there for them today at points, but Malkin stuck in neutral. Crosby, the opportunities are there. Crosby's going to break through, but they definitely need something else. While I like Evan Rodriguez, probably shouldn't be playing as high up the lineup as he is. So they need Kapanen. They got to get him in there and hope he turns their offense around.
We wear clothing because that's kind of the law. Depends on where you live.
True.
It's not the law to wear tops. You cannot wear tops.
I'd rather you did, though.
You'd rather I did. I'd be really cold if I didn't.
I don't,
Because I'd be cold. He's concerned that I would be too cold. It's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah, that's it.
Is Matt Tkachuk the NHL's most infuriating player?
Right now, probably. If you watch Vegas enough, Ryan Reeves is really good at getting onto the skin of the opposition. San Jose, Vander Kane's very good at that as well, which is why when San Jose and Vegas play against each other, those two guys don't get along. So I would probably have them slightly ahead of Tkachuk, but depending on which team Calgary's playing against, Tkachuk may very well be the most infuriating.
What's the temperature outside?
Last I saw it was 7 degrees.
Oh.
Was supposed to get up to
Warm
8
day
today.
today.
Supposed to get up to 8 degrees Celsius, which is about 45
Warm.
Fahrenheit, I think. 43 or 45 Fahrenheit, I think.
No, isn't that about 40?
Well,
8
32 is freezing. So 32 is 0.
No, so 8 times 2 is 16 times 30. 46. Okay. Just said it's about 46. Shannon just doesn't want the cold hands of death. What are you saying?
It's 46.
It is really cold.
It's 46 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
What did I say it was? It was
You
on
said
video.
it was 40.
Did I say 40 or did I just say that would be 46?
But that was after I said it was about 43, 45.
And I did the math and I said it would be 46.
I didn't even need to do the math. I just know these things.
But I got it right.
Okay,
You
it's
were
8
off
degrees
by a
Celsius
few
right now.
degrees. See? She says
Some people's
46.
kids.
Ta-da! See, it was
My phone
online.
said
you guys.
46.
After I told it,
Right,
it
well,
was cheating
well,
off of me.
when we get divorced, you can tell the lawyer that you just had to be right. I'm like,
But
fine.
I was right.
Here
so,
you go, Your Highnessness.
Which North team has the best defense this season?
Best defense in the North so far? Geez, that's a tough call. Because all of them have potential issues on the blue line. I'll say Montreal and Calgary could be the ones with the best defense. I think there's going to be a lot of goal scoring in the Northern games. I think there's going to be a ton. But yeah, Montreal could actually end up with the best defense in the North, and that surprises me. But it's possible if Weber stays healthy and Romanov keeps making the kind of plays he's made over the first couple of games.
After Markstrom's shutout, does Calgary owe us Mangiapane, say for Virtanen?
Oh, I would love that trade. That would be fantastic. Seeing Markstrom get that shutout last night, I mean, it was bittersweet to me because I do like Markstrom, and it was way too long before he had his first shutout in Vancouver. There were plenty of times where he was close, and then they'd screw something up, and the goal would go in, and I'd be like, great, they just screwed Markstrom out of a shutout. Thanks, guys. So in some way, it's appropriate that he gets his first shutout almost immediately in Calgary, and it's against Vancouver.
Who are my favorite players? I'm not a super favorite players person. I generally like to watch teams, but my favorites are usually goaltenders. So I do really like Hellebuck. There's a lot of goaltenders I like. I do really like Quick, even though I know they've been playing the Wild, but I mean, he was pretty awesome the past 2 games. He's fun.
He's
And he
got the
always
new
has
mask.
the best masks ever.
Jonathan Quick's new mask is really nice.
Yeah. He's had so many nice masks. There are a lot of players that I like on the Jets. They have a lot of really good players, like Wheeler and Scheifele, and yes, I like Laine. He's great.
Morrison.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun players. I do like Markstrom. I'm glad that he doesn't have the hideous mask that he had a couple of years ago. That made me really happy when he got rid of
I've
that
got
one.
that on the wall now. That's the one he's wearing in that picture they took for.
Yeah, that one. Yep, that one's awful. Worst mask ever.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'd say worst mask ever.
It's really far up there.
I don't know about that. There needs to be a mask database. Is there a mask database somewhere?
There has to be. There's got to be a website that somebody's just collected all of them. But would they have all the special ones that they just used for 2 games? And
I would hope so, because some of those are
really nice.
They're really, really good.
Yes. There's a lot of really nice masks this year too. A lot.
There's even an eBay listing that I'll put in I put in a bid on, because they that year in stickers they actually had all the masks. So they actually had each team's goaltender mask as one of the stickers.
Fun.
So I'm still winning that too.
Next player to sign a 1-day retirement deal.
The next player to sign a one-day retirement deal. I could see Char doing it in Boston. Yeah, I could see that. I could see Char doing that in Boston.
Hockey goalie masks are the best. Agree. When I was little, I would go to hockey games. We didn't go to NHL games. We couldn't afford that. But we would go to different local teams. And I didn't ever have a favorite team of who was playing. And so I would pick who I was going to root for by which goalie had the better mask. Because that's important.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's a valid reason.
How I used to pick what team I was cheering for.
Yep, that's valid.
Was by the goalie masks. So, how much do you think your entire collection is worth?
About $600. I would say about $600. Yeah, give or take a couple of bucks. Probably about $600. I have no idea. I don't even know how you. And now I've started collecting autographed pictures, the 8x10s, because I'm getting them dirt cheap on Sports Authentics. Because sure. They've got a whole bunch of them are like $5, and it's like the picture itself is worth more than $5, and there's a signature on it. So I guess I'll pick it up. And so I've started, although I'm only getting goalies right now, because eventually I want to have those pictures on the wall. I want to figure out how to make that work, along with Mr. Gary Bettman, of course. But I really would legit have no idea how much it's worth.
When Shannon said Blackwood was too good for New Jersey, it hurt. But deep down, we all know it's true.
He is such a good goaltender. He is saving their asses through the first two games. He's fantastic. And I think with him being in New Jersey, he's not going to get the kind of Vezina consideration he would if he played somewhere else.
Oh, somebody wants to know where you got your Kraken pennant.
I got that one on eBay. So it was an eBay listing. It was the only Kraken pennant. That one's actually one of those felt pennants. So you can roll them up without worrying about getting any kind of cracks in them. Or creases. So yeah, I got it for I think it was $30 including shipping, because it was the only one I was able to find. Even on the NHL site, the ones they had weren't as nice as that one. So I picked that one up.
Do you think Canadian division could be long-term?
No, the Canadian division exists because of border closures. And NHL owners aren't going to want that to be a permanent thing, because travel costs. Traveling in the U.S. is much cheaper than traveling in Canada. And then you've got the time zones mixed in there as well. And it's just, it's much, much better. Like, for instance, for Vancouver, it is much better to have a road trip where you go to Seattle, you do the three teams in California, and maybe Vegas, than going all the way across Canada. It's just, it's a much easier, cheaper trip. And then you're in the same time zone as well.
Who do you have for Hawks versus Panthers?
I kind of hoping that Florida wins it, only because I feel like Dallas kind of screwed them over by the COVID outbreak delaying this debut for them this season. So I kind of hope Florida's not hurt by the fact that they haven't played any games yet, and Chicago's already been in 2.
Guaranteed shutout for any goalie that comes out dressed like Jason and in possession of a chainsaw.
So Sub-Zero in the movie Running Man. Yeah, Sub-Zero. Now, Plain Zero. Yeah. Got to Arnie that up. We've got to go pretty quick here, though, because it's almost 4:00, which means the game's coming on.
To start.
And then, I'm going to be making notes on this board here on this game.
What kind of year do you think the Rangers will have?
I'm hoping that what we saw from them last night was more indicative of what we're going to see this season than what we saw in the first game. But because they're a young team, you're going to see these wild swings, and it should be fun to watch. Clearly, Panarin last night was a man possessed. We'll see whether or not that continues. Panarin's play could decide whether they're above the playoff line or below.
Hockey hasn't started yet.
Starting in a
game will start
minute or
soon.
so.
Well, it's when they're supposed to start the.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes them a while to actually get going. I think the Bruins goalies should wear Cheevers throwback masks for the reverse retro game.
The last one that wore Cheevers throwback, I think, was Raycroft. I think it was Raycroft that wore it. Could have been Steve Shields too, though. But it's happened where Bruins goalies worn that as a throwback, and it does look nice with the current designs.
I really wish the Jets or Wild would change their goal song to a Taylor Swift song just to drive Yvonne crazy.
She wouldn't know what it was.
I would.
She had no idea
it was Taylor Swift, unless it was like "Shake It Off" or
never, ever, ever, ever getting back together.
I don't know. I know a couple of her songs.
Ever,
like if I heard them, I know
ever.
who it was. But for the most
Never,
part,
ever, ever, ever,
nah.
ever.
Is Shannon going
Never.
to try to see the NFL game too? Like at the same time as hockey?
I mean, I follow the scores. I follow what's going on. But when it's hockey time, I give my undivided attention to the game because I've done that before where I'll go, well, I could just turn this off for a minute. And then I come back and I'm like, wait, what happened? Somebody's on a stretcher. Another goal was scored. What did I miss?
Shake It Off. That would be a horrible goal song. Shake It Off.
Shake It Off would work when the other team scores.
Right. Yes. It would not work as a goal song, though.
Yeah. There are some teams that have visiting teams' goal songs.
Right.
Which are great. I think visiting team goal songs totally need to be a thing as well for every team. And they can be fantastic. I'm trying to think of who it is that plays Tool. I think it's Eulogy that they play.
Yes.
I want to say Philly, but there was somebody that it might have been Chicago, where every time the opposing team would score, they'd start Eulogy.
I do remember hearing Tool quite a bit last year.
And yeah, that was funny. Where it's like, oh, that's a nice dark song for when you allow a goal. I like it.
I'm all for more Tool at hockey games.
I agree. 110%.
Yes. How do I fold down a shoulder patch that has a crease on an Adidas jersey? How do you fold down? Are you trying to get the fold out? You can iron it, so iron it on the inside. But some of those, the shoulder, depending on which shoulder patches, some of them are that really thick, and it can be really hard to get the crease out. But if you say you wash it, then try and have it lay flat, you can put a weight on it, like a book or something, and try and have it dry that way. But some of those shoulder patches can be really hard to get those creases out. Yeah.
All right. So we should go.
Of course, we listen
the
to
pregame and
someone who uses Tool. Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but I know we heard a lot of Tool during the playoffs last year. There was definitely Tool to be heard, which was great. They could play less crappy music and more good music.
All right, guys.
How about Loser by Beck?
That's a good one, too. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming out. Thank you guys for your support and helping the channel get to the level that it's at right now, and hopefully keeps building from there. And thanks to Yvonne for always helping out and
putting up with that
and moderating things, because it's a lot trying to handle the channel, and there's no way by myself I'd be able to keep my sanity.
We tried that, thousands and thousands of subscribers.
At some point, I went to her and I said, I need help.
It didn't work very well.
No. It was just too much. So anyways, thanks to her. Thanks to all of you. And I will do a video once this game is done, wearing the jersey of whoever's the victor. So, all right. Thanks for all your support. And we will do this again soon. For patrons and members, of course, we do the live stream on Monday.
Which is tomorrow.
Try to figure out the time as quickly as possible so I can get that posted for you guys as well.
We just have to look at what time games are at.
Yeah, they're all day.
I know, but we can do, since it's a Patreon one, we can do it when there's maybe one game going on.
We'll see. All right. Thanks for coming out. We'll do this again soon.
Can't wait.